everyone for being here today. I'm very excited about what I have to share. There's a proverb that is been assigned to the Africans, and it says that it takes a village to raise a child. And indeed, it takes a village. And that means that you need every human person that could help you raise a child. But the Bible says something very particular about that, and it says, train up a child in the way that he should go, and when he's old, he will not depart from it. So basically, we need people and we need relationships to train children. And today we're going to talk also about these things, how we can be part of that village that needs to be raised for these children to be successful. The 7 spheres of influence, I see them very interconnected. They're not spheres that is separated from the other, and education is not an exception. The education starts at home. So we as parents are the first educators. Both the education system and the parents need to acknowledge that. And I'm lucky to be working in a school district that do acknowledge that as a partnership. So the parents need to acknowledge that, and they need to work together with the school district to bring changes to the education mountain. Due to this interconnection in the mountains, we must understand that you will expand your sphere based in your walk, in the choices and in who you are. Identity is key. You must know who you are anywhere you're at and at any mountain. And you must find your place in that mountain. That place is ever changing, because as you walk and grow, your sphere of influence grow and change and expand. Sometimes you move sideways, sometimes you move up, and there are phases that you will feel that you're not moving at all. But that is okay, as long as you are growing, okay? As a child, I grew up very eager to learn, but also eager to share what I learned with others. I guess that I consider myself a born leader, but most importantly, I am an educator. I love to educate, I love to share information, I really love to empower and inform people about their decisions they need to make. And I did not know that when I was growing up. My mother did saw it, but I was growing up and our relationship was not the best. And I remember the time that I decided to go to college, and I was going to be the first person in my family to go to school, to go to college. I was really excited, but I was really also very obstinate on making the decision on my own. So, as you can imagine, we had never talked about a career path, because I was the first. I didn't know what to study. I was clueless, and because I was going to be somewhere that no one else has gone before in my family. So my mom suggested that I need to study computers or a teacher or a career in teaching, because she saw something. I really wish I would have listened. And I chose a different path. As I walked through life, I slowly realized that she knew what she knew all along. Right? Sometimes we joke about it in my family, and my son knows the story, because I don't want him to make the same mistakes. I have come to grow and even see myself as an educator. And even though that My occupation is not a teacher. I see myself as one. Because the way you see it and the perspective you have of yourself determine the influence that you will gain in that sphere of influence. I work at a school district, and my role as an educator is diverse. And my sphere of influence is growing as I gain understanding who I am and what I am destined to do in this season. Like me, you must determine why you are meant to do, what you are meant to do in this season as an educator based on the season you're at. Right now, my role is as a parent, as an advocate. Why an advocate? Because inside the role I have right now, I have a unique vantage point and I have a voice. You see, I am not a teacher, but because I work with the very teachers that plan the curriculum and I translate the materials for the Hispanic parents before for the Hispanic parent, I can influence those decisions. I can talk to the people that make decisions from the parents' perspective and bring that perspective to the table. Little by little, I have positioned myself and I have grown my ability to share and have a voice. And gaining the respect of my peers. I am educating teachers about the parents' point of view and also about culture and perspective. Would you look at that? The reason I'm sharing all of this is because no matter where you're at on your mountain, or if you are in the education mountain or not, you must change your lenses. And I have to repeat this again. You must change the way you see at yourself and change your lenses. And gain new perspective on when you're at and what type of influence you have gained and you have been granted. Learn to know your boundaries and relationship. That is key, and if you have that on your paper, please underline that. Education facilitates learning. If you facilitate learning as an educator, you are an educator. Perhaps your occupation is not a teacher or in the public education system, but if you are a parent, if you are a coach, a mentor, or a speaker, you are facilitating learning. How many of those are here today? Do we have coaches? Do we have mentors? You have teachers, right? So you are facilitating learning. You facilitate learning in perhaps even if you are not an education in the public system, you might be a parent, you might be a mentor. So here are some things that I have found very useful in my journey. You must find a message. What is your message? You must have a message, and having a message will give you a voice. That is key. That is very key in your mountain. And once you have found that message, guess what? You have to stick with it. Okay? Establish a plan. Because you need strategic planning will give you opportunities to measure your growth. It will also allow to course correct if you need. Maintain a high work ethic. This will become key because it will give you respect from your peers. Integrity, integrity, integrity. If you said that you are going to do something, stick to it and do it. Learn everything you can. You never stop learning, especially if you're an educator. Seize all the opportunities, big and small, no matter what. For parents, if you're a parent and community member, Right now, we all know that the education is the foundation for our children. So, I want to give you some tips and some lessons learned on how to get involved. If you're a parent, don't underestimate the fact that you need to get involved. So learn all that you can about your community, about your school district. Go to the meetings, look at the curricular, get involved. You have a voice, but to have a voice, you need to get involved. Volunteer, volunteer, volunteer. There are many opportunities to volunteer, and then we normally don't do it because we're lazy. Don't do that. We need all the volunteers we can. I volunteer at the PTA at my school district. And when people learn that I am a Christian and I'm also in ministry, I had one experience that the person started to cry because she couldn't believe that I would do that for my school and my community. You need to show that you're touching your community and that you're Jesus to that community. So volunteer. Once you have gained access, dare to speak up. You must speak up with wisdom, knowing that sometimes you will not win the argument, but you'll make a point. So it is key that when you are speaking up, do not burn bridges. Make sure that you maintain the relationships because relationships are key. And build, build, build. Continue building no matter what and no matter the reason you are getting involved in this mountain, you must build something. You must build something. Remember that you are building for the next generation. So, some questions?